Hey guys, we are on chapter 11. We're going to do chapter 11 of Coach Hyatt. We're going to do chapter 11 and chapter 12 today. And we're going to do the last chapter, chapter 13. And then we hand out your test tomorrow, your final test, because iPad pickup and turn-in will be toward the end of the week. And if you need any time to catch up on assignments, I want you to have at least a day to do a little catch-up. Or if you are all caught up and you have all your assignments in, you get to start your summer a little bit early. So we're going to do 11 and 12 today. We're going to do the last chapter and the final test tomorrow. And that will finalize our year together. Chapter 11, The Moose Goes Nuts. We ran out onto the field and got ready to receive the kickoff. One of the sharks walked by me. "You guys are toast," he sneered. That guy totally made no sense at all. Toast is bread that was in a toaster. I'm a person, and I've never been in a toaster. How could a person fit inside a toaster anyway? He'd have to be really small. I'd rather be one of those muffins made of rags. We lined up, and do you know what he meant by that? Remember, she always calls them ragamuffins. We lined up, and the Sharks kicked off to start the second half. Andrea picked up the bouncing ball. She faked left, and some shark went flying by her. She faked right, and another shark missed the tackle. Andrea was faking left and right, and the sharks were falling all over themselves trying to tackle her. Everybody started screaming with excitement. Andrea was running downfield, dancing and leaping past the sharks. She pirouetted and Irish stepped and hip-hopped around the sharks. They couldn't lay a hand on her. Finally, Andrea clog danced into the end zone. Touchdown. We actually scored. Everybody was going crazy. Football is a lot like dancing, I guess, except you get to knock guys on their butts. Suddenly, I didn't feel tired or sore anymore. Andrea is a really good soccer player, so Coach Hyatt said she could kick the extra point. Shark 77, Moose 7. After we all calmed down, Andrea kicked off. We ran down the field and gang tackled the shark with the ball. He fumbled it. Andrea scooped the ball up and ran it all the way into the end zone. Shark 77, Moose 14. Coach Hyatt called a timeout and gathered us all around her. "Okay, AJ," she said, "from now on, I want you to be our wide receiver." "But I'm the quarterback," I protested. "That's my position." "We're going to try something new," the coach told me. "From now on, Andrea is the quarterback." "What? That's not fair." "Do you want to win?" Coach Hyatt asked me. "Or do you want to complain?" "Can't I do both?" "We're a team," Coach Hyatt barked. "You ragamuffins picked up my car as a team, and you play as a team. Now go out there and win this one for the chipper." "Who's the chipper again?" I asked. I had forgotten who the chipper was. "My hamster," Coach Hyatt barked. He got run over by a bulldozer, remember?" "Oh, yeah." I didn't feel good about being replaced as quarterback, but I ran out onto the field anyway. Well, I'm glad I did, because after that, the Moose just went nuts. With Andrea at quarterback and me at wide receiver, we were unstoppable. Every pass she threw went right into my hands. When the Sharks had the ball, Andrea would intercept their passes and run the ball all the way down the field to score. We made touchdown after touchdown, field goal after field goal. Andrea was leaping and diving and spinning and clogging and hip-hopping. The Sharks were totally dazed and confused. It was amazing. Everybody in the bleachers was going crazy. Shark 77, moose 44. Shark 77, moose 51. Shark 77, moose 58. Shark 77, moose 65. Shark 77, moose 72. After Andrea scored that last touchdown, one of the sharks went over to her and said, "Hey kid, where'd you learn how to play ball like that?" "At the Ballet de School of Dance," Andrea replied. Thanks to Andrea, in the second half, we were totally kicking the Sharks' butts. The only problem was that we were running out of time. The score was 77-72. We were still behind by 5 points. Coach Hyatt blew her whistle and called timeout to stop the clock. I looked up at the scoreboard. There were 11 seconds left in the game. Chapter 12, The Secret Play. We all ran to the sideline and huddled around Coach Hyatt. "Take a knee, kids," she said. "Where should we take it?" I asked. "Quiet," barked Coach Hyatt. Then she started whispering, "Okay, this is it. It's time." "Time for what?" Ryan asked. "It's time for the secret play," Coach Hyatt told us. "Oh no," said Neil the nude kid. "Not the secret play. The last time we tried the secret play, we fell all over ourselves." "Yeah," I said. "I almost broke my leg." "It's going to be different this time," the coach told us. "Now we've got Andrea. You ragamuffins can do this. Just like you picked up my car. Do it for the chipper." "Who's the chipper again?" I asked. "My hamster," Coach Hyatt barked. "Oh yeah." The ball was on our 20-yard line. We had to drive 80 yards in 11 seconds. It looked impossible. We got into position. "Hut 1, Andrea shouted. "Hut 2, hike." Wyatt hiked the ball to Andrea. Andrea flipped it to Ryan. Ryan passed it to me at the 30-yard line. I shoveled it over to Michael. Michael ran to the 50-yard line and lateraled it to Neil. Neil ran all the way to the 10-yard line and handed it off to Wyatt. Wyatt ran almost to the goal line, and then he suddenly stopped. "Run, Wyatt, run!" we all screamed. There was no time left on the clock. Wyatt was just standing at the 1-yard line. If he didn't score, the game would be over and we would lose. "Run!" we all screamed. A shark was about to tackle Wyatt. That's when the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. Wyatt picked his nose. Well, that's not the weird part, because Wyatt picks his nose all the time. The weird part was that Wyatt picked his nose, and then he stuck the booger right on the shark's face. Ugh, disgusting. The shark shoved Wyatt away from him. Wyatt fell on his butt and landed in the end zone. Touchdown. 78-77, the Moose win. Everybody went crazy. You should have been there. Our whole team ran to do the end zone dance. We shook our butts, lifted one of our legs over our heads, hopped up and down for a while, and then put our hands in the air and waved them around like crazy people. Na-na-na-boo-boo on the Sharks. We ran to the sideline and all the parents were taking pictures of us. It was a real Kodak moment. "You made a home run," my mom yelled. I slapped my forehead. Everybody was going nuts and hugging each other. Andrea came over to me. She opened her arms. "Give me a hug, Arlo," Andrea said. Not gonna happen. "I want a hug, Arlo," Andrea said. Not for $1,100,000. "Come on, Arlo," Andrea said. I would rather eat a live bug sandwich. We went back and forth like that for a while. Arlo, I'm on your team, Andrea said. Andrea had a point. After a big win like this, you should hug your teammates. Andrea was on our team, and she won the game for us. But she was a girl. If I hugged Andrea, the guys were sure to make fun of me. I was faced with the hardest decision of my life. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. I was concentrating so hard that my brain hurt. Suddenly, Andrea reached out to grab me. I faked left, then I faked right, then I faked left again, but Andrea didn't fall for my fakes. She wrapped her arms around me and hugged me. Oh, disgusting. Ooh, Ryan said. AJ and Andrea are hugging. They must be in love. When are you going to get married? Asked Michael. Coach Hyatt told everybody to line up. At the end of each game, we have to line up, shake hands with the other team, and say, good game. Nobody knows why. I shook hands with all the Sharks. When I got to the last one, he grabbed my hand and started squeezing. Good game, he told me as he crushed the bones in my hand. If it weren't for that girl, we would have destroyed you. I thought I was gonna die.